The camera comes up and we see the group in the base. The sounds are electronic. The voices are distant. And the camera sort of pushes in onto one of the monitors that Troy typically pops up on to communicate with the group with, and pushes through, and we just see circuitry give way to electronic, to information, to data. And then poof, what do we find Troy doing on the network base?
Troy's just finished doing the best he can on cleaning up the server files. He's managed to pretty much eliminate all the worthless junk files and temporary files that don't have any significant meaning, and after a few attempts at trying to fix the dependencies, he concludes there's nothing he can really do about those right now. The only possible way to fix these dependent files is a complete and total reinstallation of the operating system, and that's just not on the time schedule right now. But after a once-over, he feels that at the very least now, there's sufficient space for him to start experimenting, at least in the early stages, with developing some of his own tools. And one, based upon the conversation he had earlier that day about, well, just a few minutes ago actually, about some ideas, he wants to try a duplication program that he saw a system admin use to surprisingly great effect. He sets out some workspace and gets up his editing program ready. And after getting some code typed out, he realizes, nothing really seems to compile properly. Nothing seems to work. So he decides to start bringing up some videos and stuff, start doing some research and start asking questions. And he finds one video on the net by yet another Indian man with a thick accent, talking about some avatar duplications that he made to automate some processes on his own server, and that he occasionally uses for pranks and jokes for viral videos that he's well known for. A part in the video that sort of finally gives Troy the idea of how to make this work talks about how technically you cannot duplicate an avatar directly, and I'm really, really sorry for any Indians and South Asians here. I can't do your accent any justice. Technically, you cannot duplicate an avatar directly, as that would require a new host to log in. However, you can momentarily use your own avatar and local host network to run a virtual server that can render avatars on the net capable of interacting with the world. All you have to do is run a bot network control client through the miniature host network, and you will be able to run commands to the new virtual avatar. Also, apologies to Kai, because I'm pretty sure I just spoke complete absolute gibberish. So, realizing now that, okay, there's a method he can use to start working on his duplication program. He follows through with the steps, copying more or less text for text what the tutorial said, and processes it. Hey, at least it's not a poo. And processes it through his own virtual network that he sets up himself, and attempts to run the code. He wants to see if he can, at the very least, get one digital duplicate of his avatar working for right now.
Give me a roll.
All right. That's a 0.
Roll with advantage, given that you are using the power of Indian YouTubers.
Based. That's a -1, so we'll go with the 0.
It would seem that the operating system that the programmer whose tutorial you are following is a different operating system than you are attempting to compile for. You're running into a lot more issues than you thought you would have. There are dependency issues that are cropping up. There are library calls that are coming up not found. So it isn't going as smoothly as simply copying the text out of his link in the description below. And so you're running into some hiccups here and there.
All right. I think I'm going to agree with chat, and I am going to use a fate point for the next attempt. So Troy is going to take another moment. He's going to start researching his own operating system a little bit. He's going to research the operating systems he's currently working on for the server and stuff. What are these libraries that are being used? Can you bypass them? Some of them have to absolutely be completely useless. Oh shit! I dropped my fate point. And after a moment, he sees somewhere where, yeah, he doesn't need to call this. He doesn't really need to route through that. This library is out of date and useless. I can find a new one. And so he's going to, after reworking his code, he's going to attempt to execute again, and I'm spinning a fate point. Spinning a fate point and invoking, what the fuck did I call it again? You merely adopt the net.
Okay. Defend your fate point.
What the hell? All right, so that's another 0 for a total of +2, plus the 4.
What are we getting that +4 from?
My hack, right?
This is...
Oh no, we're doing craft.
Yes.
So yeah,
everybody pay attention to in the rewind the look on his face when he realized that. There was a moment you straight up like
I forgot about that part.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a +2 to the craft then.
Yes.
Which my craft is 0 right now. So.
Correct. Yes. We're making, not breaking. So you managed to get the temporary network set up. You seem to have some of the routing done, but for some reason the rendering, the avatar API and the rendering kit is just not cooperating for you. So you seem to have managed to create this virtual LAN for yourself that you can then sort of patch into the net. But the graphics rendering side of this, the avatar, your avatar, manipulation of that avatar seems to just not be cooperating. You seem to not quite have the grasp yet of how this avatar subsystem works.
All right, well, rendering itself is not the worst thing. I guess technically it won't make for a good, it won't be able to confuse anyone, but could be something, could be useful. Well, he's at the very least going to issue a command. He's going to render out a little table with a cup on it and just command the avatar to step forward and pick the cup up. If it can follow a command, it still might be useful.
Give me a disadvantaged roll.
Okay. -1.
All that you get back are a series of errors.
That's that's great. Okay. Well, Troy sets aside this code. Could be useful for something, but he may need to start from the ground up yet again. Um.
I'm going
Oh,
to just for your purposes and just as a kindness. Troy has figured out how to create a mini network for himself that
all
is
right.
a subset. It's a virtual LAN,
Right.
and connect that to the net. So know that you have that piece of technology at least at your disposal. As to how you use it, what you use it for, you do have the ability to sort of multiplex a virtual network for yourself, and then sort of connect that into something at this point. Yes, but your skill with the avatar rendering system, or at least the sort of virtual rendering system, because the avatar is an extension of how everything is rendered in the net, seems to be in its infancy still.
Right. Um. Well, Troy is just gonna Troy's gonna look over his code a little bit. More combining with more research, more tutorials. He nips and prunes a few things here and there. Finds a couple of libraries that might actually be able to just automate a process or two, make that part easier. He re-edits his code, and he's going to make another attempt at executing the clone.
Give me give me a roll.
All right, that's a -2. Do I spend another fate point and waste all my fate points, or do I let that one go?
Well, you're rolling with a craft roll, right?
Yes,
So even if you were to use that fate point, you'd only go up to a plus
I can.
zero.
You can use a fate point to reroll.
True, that is an option, but depending on how that rolls,
Yeah. And that would only leave me with one fate point for now. If we end up going through the executing the plan today, so I'm gonna let that roll go. We'll go with the -2.
Um, the libraries that you attempted to install and libraries that you attempted to reference in your code seem to have dependencies themselves. And now you're further down that rabbit hole of dependencies. And you now know less about these libraries than you knew going in, because apparently they make calls themselves to other things.
It's college all over again. All right. Troy's a little at his wits' end at the right now. Right now, he's not sure where to go from this. Um, a short break might be in order. Something to give his current processor some time to rest and focus on another task. He doesn't log off the net, but we see his face pop up on the screen in the room. And he asks, current progress is not as optimal as I would like. Is there anything on your end?
We've just been watching the cameras and currently have found the owner of the establishment's apartment, including his exact location on which floor.
Any useful data?
I have a feeling that has to be interpreted by someone who is a little bit more strategic than I in that way, but I have a feeling this is useful, yes. Anyone with more social hacking skills can probably take advantage.
Yes.
I mean, Patty's got her legs sticked up in this moment, so basically we know where he's staying, right? We could use something with that. We could fuck around, maybe roll some Patty Karen moments, but then we could also we could start gearing up. What are you feeling in this moment, Karen?
There is that party tomorrow.
No, it's 2 days.
2 days, sorry.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow. Friday. That would that presents a lot more opportunities for making the business not as viable in the area.
What are you thinking, like getting fuckface to show up and then making him look like the worst person ever directly in front of his whole shtick?
From the conversations I was able to gather from your devices, it sounds like the local neighborhood does not already have a high opinion of him.
Oh no, they absolutely hate him. But other people might show up, and that can make him look worse in their eyes.
If we could combine it at the same time, it would be an even bigger blow to the neighborhood connection that he seems to be trying to build. That is an attempt on this part, I'm thinking, is to co-opt that. He's shitty at it, but that's kind of what he's after, is making the neighborhood part of it, the business part of the neighborhood.
He's trying to get in there and uproot it by fucking poisoning the soil shit.
By co-opting it.
Is okay. Well, the question I have to ask is it possible we could figure out what his plans are?
Yes. If we knew, say, catering, anything like that, we could affect the catering, affect any other services. Especially if some of that equipment that gets damaged in the process is something he's renting.
Maybe. We might even make use of the other robots and drones and shit, and might, if we put those out of commission, that makes his whole party look fucking terrible as a result.
Main point is cost the business money. And if we can, make it so it's not viable in the area. But main point, cost the business money.
Yeah. And we gotta cost it quite a bit of money.
Yes.
Do we know if he's got like a girlfriend or something? Looks over. Hey, Krill, have you noticed anybody like come up into the apartment besides him?
Has Krill seen anybody else?
Krill has not seen anybody else yet, but
Has Sugar seen anybody else?
Sugar has not seen anybody else. I appreciate the specificity.
No. I or my family have not seen anybody else enter the apartment as of yet.
Has there been anything else interesting at the business?
Has Snip seen anything at the front door?
I can answer that question if the group tells me approximately how much time has elapsed. Are we still in early afternoon? Have we merged into evening? Are we past 5 o'clock?
I'm saying maybe. I'm feeling 2 to 3 hours have passed. That's me personally. What are we thinking?
Suits me.
I'm not arguing anything.
That feels right.
Then the answer to your question, Krill, is the answer to your question is who's watching the back? Snips has got the front.
Snips has got the front.
Tricks.
Tricks has got. Actually,
Trix has got. Yeah, Trix has got. Trix has got the building.
Trix is actually the one at the apartment. Sugar is the one who is watching the back, and it is Chip who is watching the other side, the one with the shipyards.
Snips is on the alleyway covered in trash, pizza rat style.
In pizza. Yes.
At present, so. Whoever's watching the back sees Alex enter the building through that back door. And a short while later, they see who you now know, at least assume, is Jamie leaving. They're not watching anything else, so it's merely a person walks into this sort of view cone, and then a person walks out of that view cone. But Alex walks in. A little while later, Jamie walks out.
We have approximate visual information on Jamie.
Jamie's early 20s, dark-haired girl who's just unassuming, but very sort of energetic, go-getter type, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed type A personality, looking to move up in the ranks of the world. So...
We'd like to climb ladders, gotcha.
Definitely a ladder climber. Definitely a ladder climber. So, to what degree is the data collection happening on this parking lot?
In what way? Do you mean, like, are they going to start following them from there? Because they were not.
No. What is the totality of the view cone as far as the front of this store goes?
Front of the store has probably the tightest view cone due to the alleyway.
Okay.
So while I can see the front doors, Snips definitely can't see the whole parking lot.
Okay. Then you don't really note anything else. There have been people coming and going. You don't have anything to compare that information against. And so at present, you couldn't do something like, say, look for a car that had been parked in the parking lot the entire day and see someone who entered that car.
No, that would have been Trix, but sadly she is at the apartments.
Yes. So, yes, what you gathered thus far was Alex is checked in for shift, Jamie checked out, and that is the extent of your information.
Sugar's in front too, right?
So Snips is hitting front. Chip is hitting the
Back.
Like-
Chip can kind of see, like, part of the parking lot. but not. That would be a
Wasn't
roll to
one of-
see if we.
Who was up under the light in the
That was
Parking
Trix,
lot.
who is now at the apartments.
Okay.
She had a secondary task. If we see a person of interest leave, follow. She did.
Yeah, I drew out their view cones when talking with you guys the last time. Yeah, Trix was at the lamp. Snips has this sort of angle, and so like yeah, Sugar has the loading dock, and Chip has the view of the drone loading customer loading area.
Yep.
So Trix is now on the Excelsior. Snips has this narrow alleyway sort of barrel shot towards the front of the building from across the way.
All right. So
Here's my last question. While Snips can't see the whole parking lot, have we seen any vans of particular security companies driving by?
look at all those maps.
If he's digging for notes, this was a useful question.
Give me a roll.
Gotcha. That's a -2 on the die. I'm assuming I'm using my perception. I'm going to... Gee, I'm not sure if I can fate point that one.
What you're working with? Your tech likes me better. Hands of creation and destruction, right?
There's also mechanical masterpiece, medical monster, which I could call upon, but that's up to Kai's deliberation if he believes that's enough. Because if he thinks so, I am using a fate point. Being the
Give me a defense of whatever aspect you're looking to invoke.
high aspect, mechanical marvel, medical monstrosity. This is her bread and blood. This is her bread and butter. This is her tech. These are her expansions of her consciousness, her eyes. This is part of her technology, her family, her core. I believe that being so effective in herself and her network that she should be able to use fate.
I'm not 100% on that defense of it, but I can think of one where it could potentially work. So I'm willing to take that fate point from you.
Yay. Flipping the dice. All right.
So
And
either
I'll make
notice
the
or investigate.
+3 total.
Yeah, either notice or investigate. You're going to end up with the same. Yes. There's a car that passed by at about 4:05 p.m. It drove up to the front of the store. It paused for about 2 minutes, and then it continued on its way. And it had a Flex Prize security logo on the car door.
We got notice of Flux Prize.
All right.
Noting the time.
If you see that thing pop up, we can probably figure out a system that they're going by. Just note the details, and then we'll be able to figure out a rhythm for them. You know. Do you know which way it went, or you just see it drive off?
At least I should know the direction of left or right through like Snip's eyes. So,
Yep. I can actually give you. Let's see. It would have been east southeast to west northwest.
Okay.
okay, got it. Sorry, I just had to
Mm-hmm.
figure out that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Basically, yeah. Or this way
Yeah.
for you.
My camera's probably inverted, so it looked like it went the exact opposite direction there, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Heading more central into the district, coming from the south and east end. Okay.
Just know whenever that thing shows up again, we can figure out when to time our shit for the future.
Question: do we feel like we need eyes on these shipping doors? These are customers coming and going mostly. These aren't even the industrial. Like this isn't shipping, like stocking the store. This is people buying their goods and taking it to go. Do we need eyes on this door? Because it feels as if Chip would be more useful watching the front than Snips is right now.
You've only seen Flex Prize come around the front door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Patty looks over at Karen. Do you think we good to move it over and get a better view? Because if nothing's happened on that end, we're just like taking up useless space.
Yes, the front is better than that. It seems a bit sad. Snips is somewhat not actually helpful.
To be fair, Snips is not a information gatherer. He's much more a information gathered than destroy said information.
He found the fucking Flex Prize thing, so, you know.
He did great for that. I absolutely am so proud of him. So proud of him. I would like to go wipe that pizza off of him.
I'll make sure to give him a good scrub after.
Appreciate that. I have a feeling he's going to want me to do it anyways because he's picky.
Okay.
But appreciate the thought.
No problem.
Here's an idea.
All right. What's up?
We had talked about it last time after bringing the other friends out. How quickly could we make up a simple fly and sit on top of this building, point camera, drone?
That would be pretty simple. I still have plenty of lenses left over from my old head. So we could absolutely recoup some of those into camera faces.
Could make it few and at least replace Snips.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
All right. In the meantime, then I'm going to just walk over there, give Chip a little good job. You're doing great, buddy. We're gonna move you, and then I'm gonna go pick up Snips. Any issues with that?
I was actually thinking, you working on that. Basically, Karen, I've got an idea. All right. What if we fucking run the White Knight shit on fucking his ass? Basically, making us look like we've got a whole toxic dynamic on. I knock you around a little bit. He comes out, seeing you battered and bruised, haven't seen me like walk off and shit. See as an opportunity to sink him in, get your teeth in him.
I'm going to consider this as not an opportunity for you to hit me.
Look, that's just a benefit, alright?
Not a bad idea, though.
You know me, I can pack a mean punch, so I'll make it look real.
Hmm. Hmm. There are ways to make it look real without actually hitting me.
I
Okay,
sense excitement in Patty's voice.
Mm.
Eh,
Good observation there, Troy. Good observation.
Look, I'm just saying, you get a little bit of a bruise on there, fucker will fall for that shit hook, line, and sinker. If you want me to pull my punch and or whatever, I'll do what you want. I'm just saying, I know how to throw a punch.
You are not hitting my face.
Okay, we'll go for a body shot.
That's not a bad idea. How quickly can you make those drones, Krill?
Standing cameras shouldn't take too long at all. They're more simple than our codexes or our burners, so
Basically,
I know.
Standard drone.
Yeah, just get like 2 or 3 put together real quick. We head out, do the white knight shit, drop off the drones, pick up snips, and then we're back in time to be able to plan our next thing.
Yeah, so I'll work on some basically remote controlled cameras for the next bit here. Shouldn't be taking too long. All right, let me get to work on that while y'all apply your tact of information gathering.
You know what to do, and Patty gives like a light tap on her shoulder, just to yeah.
How much metal does Patty feel in that moment? Like under the false skin?
Oh,
She doesn't go hard. She just
no,
happens.
it honestly, yeah, no, the body's designed to sort of feel realish. Like it really does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the only thing is, I'm guessing these drones probably can't fly the entire way there. So it's kind of far.
No.
Yeah,
No, for them to
probably
be, they're also not going to be uploading to us the same way they normally would. It's going to be very much so like my drones are uploading into a network that happens to be part of me. These things are going to be literally just uploading footage to us. Might
Can they
be a bit
piggyback
easier.
off of your drones?
Yes, that's what I was going to get to. We'll still need to leave a drone there to receive if we want it to be in our network more secure. Otherwise, we'd just be running a data stream across the fucking city that,
Just a parking lot.
yeah,
I
I still want to
agree
be
with
more
better
careful than that.
security.
Yes.
I guess.
I
Future
mean,
reference. It's just a parking lot, but okay.
All right. I think I know the drone who would be very good at that. Krill starts getting to work as the table like ignites to life, and she's leaning over, using hand tools to start setting up stuff and pulling scrap from the pile to work.
all right. How long is that going to take?
Well, give me an hour. I can probably make like 4 little camera drones that aren't sentient.
All right.
I don't like building dumb machines, but we have to in this moment.
It's okay. Sometimes I like to turn my brain off too. It's fine. But, well, if we've got an hour to kill, I'm going to go on a run. You need me for anything, Karen?
No, thank you.
Yeah. Patty sits down, unzips her jacket, pulls it off, gets stretching, getting ready, just going a quick run just to pass the time.
Where are you running to, towards, around, through?
Okay. Let me get to the base real quick. Let me see. That is Facialist Arms, Fashion Apartment. And then that's Patty's gonna go on a brief run, probably towards the industrial section. Just it's got a little more open space. She can get like a just a wider view, so she's not gonna be like as tightly packed in that moment. So she's just gonna hit towards the industrial side, just running around, just trying to keep an even pace, but also trying not to like go too hard and wind herself. So she's just trying to get some energy out and just help pass the time.
Okay. All right. Just want to know what you were near. There's always certain things happening. Okay, then Krill. Yes, I heard that.
In the meantime, as Patty walks out, Karen reaches into her purse and pulls out a large coin and starts rolling it over the back of her fingers, getting them warmed up and dexterous.
Duly noted. Krill, if you'd like, you can give me either individual rolls or you can just give me a batch roll. It's up to you.
I'm as a roll as I will say I'm building it as a batch. Again, I'm good at fate point. I do not want to have unused fate points this episode.
Okay.
I'd very much so like to actually use them today. This one is pretty easy. Hands of creation and destruction.
Then your batch of 4 remote wireless cameras, they are, you consider them constructed. They are capable of connecting to your localized network. They have built-in batteries. So they have a limited runtime on them. They can be disposable if you want, or you can collect them again and swap batteries and swap packs in and out, recharge them however you wish to go about that. But
that gets me to the next thing she'll be building.
With a +4 on them, I will give you, as long as these devices don't have to move. Do they have to move? Do they have locomotion, or are they simply cameras, emplacement cameras?
They can move to and place themselves, but once they're in place, they just lock.
Okay, so they fly.
They have very subtle flying. They're about as big as like a golf ball.
Okay, then
with 2 small VTOL flight packs on either side.
Then consider them potentially reusable, potentially disposable, 24-hour cameras, as long as they don't have to move. If you place them manually, they'll be 24 hours. If they have to move, they become 18-hour cameras.
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
The next thing she's building is going to be a docking station that will attach to the back of Trix for 4 of these iPods, iDrones, iCams, iBots. Let's call them iBots.
Shrimp eyes. I don't know.
Cephala eyes. Anyways. She starts building that charging port that will also attach to Trix, which will have extended battery in both for Trix and the eyes.
Then we would have to narrate, say, Patty back from her run, because the construction of those 4 as a batch would take that hour.
Yes,
Yeah.
and now probably another 30 or so minutes for this.
Yeah. Patty just walks back in, a little bit of sweat on. She pulls out some earbuds. You just hear screaming, even in the noise itself coming out. She's like, all right, got the drones ready?
Well, they are significantly started. I'm creating an augment piece for them to connect better with Trix. And it will be done probably by the time, if you collect anything else to get in the vehicle, I should have this done. 30 more minutes at most.
Ooh, I just want to add, just for the purposes of anybody's note-taking, every time the drones have to reposition, it's minus 6 hours of potential batteries.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's mechanically how I'm going to treat that. Is anytime you have to move one of those, it's a minus 6 hour to run those VTOL engines.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I like that in mechanic.
Okay.
They have a very limited battery life due to their size. And so I'm creating a charging port. So if any of them get too low, Trix can literally come, reattach them, and charge them in the meantime, also expanding her battery life.
All right. Well, if that's going to take 30 more minutes, I'm just going to go jog a little bit more for 30 minutes, I guess. I'll go on the other end.
Sorry about that. I misled you with the time that we take.
I mean, we ain't in a rush. It's just make sure you got everything good before we head out. But I'll be back and just put in your earbuds. Screaming comes out again as she just takes off and heading in the other direction now.
So are you headed towards Central Terminal?
A little bit, yeah. Just around that spot.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
As
Just
you
say yes.
as you
Oh, no,
as,
no.
as you approach
No!
as you approach Central Terminal, you see some of the midweek workers gathered around an augmented reality piece that you find familiar.
Patty just sends a quick message to Karen and Krill and Troy saying, found another one of those fucking ARG shit. Gonna check it out. Be right back. And okay, I'm checking it. Are you dropping it in table chat?
Nope.
Cool. As soon as I get it, can you just drop it in table chat since you have Discord Nitro? Okay, now I gotta listen to this.
Anthem brand conceit. Plus 100 credits. More next time.
Okay. Anthem brand conceit. Okay.
Oh, and just note that you now have 100 more credits.
Yep, I have 100 more creds now.
Yep.
So that's closer to like 400 to 500 at this point in 3 or so. Okay. Patty's just going to stay off to the side as soon as she gets the thing. She's going to drop a pin for the group just saying where she found the ARG. And then she's just going to listen, turning off the earbuds just to see what everybody's talking about, see if anybody's mentioning anything in particular. She's just kind of standing off to the side, kind of out of the main crowd, but just see if she can pick up anything.
The general consensus is that there's sort of a mixed bag. Some of the people have gotten one before. So everybody seems to be aware of what this is. Some of the people are noting that since their schedule, their work schedule doesn't allow for them to be out on like a Friday night, and they're super glad that this one came in like during the work week rather than on the weekend sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Just gonna do one quick head on the swivel look around, see if anybody's standing off to the side, a little suspicious. Someone kind of hiding either in a corner, maybe a little bit of a dark alley, trying to like very much get a clear eye on this set, but trying to stay out of the general vision of people. Like, the riddle has her a little paranoid still. The second puzzle piece coming in, she's like, she knows what to expect, but she's also like, how much are they keeping a tight eye on this in person? So,
Give me a roll.
anything? Okay. Okay. Come on, Patty. Please work with me here. Please work with me. Okay, this is taking a minute. As a +0, I have nothing to notice, but I have a +1 to investigation if that's relevant.
No one here seems familiar. There isn't anyone skulking. No one seems to be side-eyeing you. No one seems to have been, you weren't really paying attention from before, so you don't know if you were tailed or not. You don't know if any of these people were at the noodle shop and now are here suddenly. You just, the group that you're looking at and the travelers, because it's the central terminal, people come, people stop, people, there's some people that definitely are hanging out and sort of like talking about it with the group that's there. And then there's some people that walk up, grab it, and immediately get the fuck onto the train because they got shit to do and they got a life to go about. But a lot of people seem to just be happy that they got 100 free creds and they don't think twice about it. But no one stands out to you. Nothing in particular seems any more odd than any other day of the week in NSF.
Okay. Patty puts in her earbuds again, turns it on, playlist goes out, and it switches from kind of run-of-the-mill stuff, and then it starts hitting towards the end because she's listened to this 1,000 times. And as that happens, a new song pops up, a metal song, and there's the screaming, but the title goes, it actually switches in that moment, Exigencies, and as soon as that happens, she like looks at like her codex just to see that, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, in that moment, the paranoia kicks in. She's like, are they fucking stalking my music now? As she takes off the paranoia in the back of her head in this moment.
Yeah. Back at base, Krill, would you like to give me a roll for that charger, that docking station? Consider it built.
That for anyone wondering, that's a +6 total. Arms just lift up as steam lifts off of this, not really clunky, but like bulky, rounded device with four, what's the word I'm looking for? Subtracted spaces of spheres for them to plug and charge on. As well, there's still room though for Trix's original mechanical armatures to move freely. All right. She clicks the little eyes in make sure everything's fully charged. Walks up to Karen. I believe everything I need to do is, in fact, complete.
Beautiful. So they're ready to go?
This is an upgrade for Trix.
Okay. Do I let you know when I get there and she'll come to me?
Okay, if that's where we're gonna do it. She flips it over. See this little port here? It's got like a little like squiggly like constant Z pattern going on. This will be able to plug into a port on her bottom. And then when you do, you want to click it up and tab these in. When that does, it'll lock into place and she'll be charged by the power box in here. As well, she'll be able to control these drones and in turn meet with her.
Give me your roll, Karen. Flat roll. Just flat roll.
The moment Karen said, I'm going to do this, I'm like, oh, fuck, well, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
-2.
Yeah. You know, there's, I'm sure, something else that you could be thinking about right now.
Yes.
Krill, give me a roll.
I have a +1 to empathy.
Karen checked out about 3 seconds into those instructions. Yeah.
I remember
Okay,
something about a
come with
Z.
you. Yeah, I'm just gonna come with you. I'll stay in the car if you need me to, but I'm just gonna come with you.
Beautiful.
Alright, door opens up. Patty shuts off her earbuds. I swear to fucking God, that riddle stalker is on my ass, even affecting my goddamn playlist. Literally, I was running through my running music, right? And then I hit the fucking end, and it likes to recommend shit on the ends of like potentially interesting shit. And then it says literally exigencies by the City Screech. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it's good, but like, also, what?
Is Patty going to be a danger to her OPSEC right now? She's literally being stalked.
I mean,
Follow-up question, Patty, do you have a gun ready?
I'm always strapped, all right? I got a fucking pistol on the right, taser on the left. I got my hands. I'm always ready to go.
You stop to see if anyone around you.
No, I gave a thorough look after I fucking got the switch and checked out the puzzle piece. I didn't see anybody who seemed to look weird, just people just doing their shit.
The puzzle piece was a public thing. I'm talking about the riddle.
What about it? Like,
When you got it, did you check around for humans?
I did not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe they're just like watching from a
No,
camera.
you're not being paranoid anymore, Patty.
Okay,
You were
no,
absolutely being fucked with.
Yeah, I'm
And
saying
now
is
I'm
they may be
questioning
watching.
how
They may be watching from cameras like we are.
it could be.
Yeah.
But you
This-
haven't ruled out that they're just on the side of the street.
I mean, I can't, but like, also, there's just a million fucking people and a million fucking weirdos in the city. It's hard to tell who's who. All right, like if somebody's shooting at me, I'm like, great, I know who to point at, right? Somebody's on the ground dying, I'm like, great, put them back together, right? But that shit, hard to keep track on people.
you still have the same codex, don't you?
Yeah. And Troy already checked. Hey, Troy, you still there?
I am still here.
All right.
I didn't
Like-
know my programming when he checked it last. He was basically looking at a bowl of spaghetti. Might be a bit
Okay.
easier this time.
But he would probably know if there was programming, right? You said it was like device shit, right? Like there's no way to know.
Peer-to-peer.
Yeah, that. Like there's no way to tell where it's coming from and where it's going until it occurs.
Even then, telling where it's going, and where it's coming from is still a significant challenge.
Yeah, it's just like that's like fucking dropping a goddamn piece of mail, and you're like, all right, go do that courier, and then the courier is like come in, but unless you ask the courier yourself, you don't fucking know. So like, problem comes is we know somebody's fucking with me. We don't know why or who they are or how. All right. I mean, we kind of know how, but why or who? That's the problem.
All right,
If I might make an assessment,
please do.
within our own confines, we have openly talked about potential legal activity on numerous occasions. If they were interested in recording us, they would have had ample opportunity to pass any information that we have stated to the authorities and have them arrest us. This has yet to occur.
Addie takes a moment. Okay, to be fair, Troy, right? People be doing illegal shit all the fucking time, right? Problem comes is cops, they fuck with you plenty, but also sometimes they just don't give a shit, right? The whole point is to, if you're going to be doing shit, just pass under the radar. But if you're going to be doing big shit, you're going to get their attention because their dicks get hard and they're like, yeah, time to do my fucking job and kill someone, you know?
It
But they
stands
will-
to reason, though, that whoever may be monitoring us, if they're even aware of our activity, is not interested in the law, or at
Yeah.
least not interested in facilitating the law.
Okay,
Yeah, well,
Patty, give me your codex.
all right.
Like, both halves. All of it.
Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you.
That's totally it.
Troy, I would like your assistance. We're going to build a trap. The next time someone tries to send her a spooky message, it's going to immediately backpedal on the peer-to-peer and ping their location to us, and hopefully we can leave a bug in there.
Do we even?
I can,
Is that possible?
theoretically, yes, it is possible. However, if they are encrypted and potentially going through other proxy services, it may be useless.
It may be.
But-
It could rule out some easy, simple stuff at least.
But if you
We
figure
could-
out it's encrypted, then you could at least figure out some more things. Like that's more information than we have now.
That's more where I'm at right now. Because this is a whole lot of Zippo, and unless we have. Or, if at the moment it does it, it notifies you and gives you an opportunity to try and reverse engineer their encryption.
Encryption, by definition, is useless data. It cannot be useful until an encryption key is passed through it.
Okay, so basically you need a password to get through it.
More or less.
So, and by the time you figure out the password, they'll already probably be gone. So,
We have
By
no
the time
means
I
of knowing
figure
the
out the
password.
password, it could potentially have, it could be several centuries have passed. Basic level encryption uses highly complicated mathematical algorithms. And that is only
Yeah.
the basic level.
I would love just to be able to stalk a guy instead of this fucking random shit on my fucking tech shit. Like, at least he's here, whoever this fucker is.
We are more than likely only ever going to get useless encrypted data back, but we can certainly make the attempt.
I'd rather at the attempt than nothing at all, alright? But this shit's eating me in the back of my head. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Talk to me already. Stop this bullshit.
It's either that, or we just make a whole new codex for you and see if they're still getting through.
That would be
Try-
very interesting to observe if this happens.
Do we want to just set up another codex and you can just fucking stalk the codex and keep an eye on it for now?
That's kind of my idea. If they're connecting to your codex and not to you when you're in a physical location, then if you're out and about and they figure they're going to spook you, it's going to come straight to this one, which we'll have connected to the server. And hopefully then, no, we still can't do anything with encrypted data, but
It's better to have
at
the
least it
data than
notifies
not.
us.
Like, I'd rather
It's
have
still-
a lockbox with cool shit in it than not at all.
Still lets us know if they're hacking you directly or they got into your phone at one point and are just keeping that port open.
Well, the problem is, Troy, right? Like, I don't want to distract too much from the mission, right? This is a thing on the back burner, whatever, right? But basically, we understand is they're communicating to me directly. They're doing that whole process. Like, basically, is they're able to find my device. They're able to connect through it. They're not doing like wireless shit or whatever, right? It's just direct to me. So, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like, there's some degree of knowledge they may already have. Like, they may already know who I am, have been watching me for a moment, figure out my device, get into it. Like, I'm thinking you, like, going, what's the fucking phrase? Like, going into the Matrix shit?
Net diving.
Cool, that one. Yeah, it's just, there's still so much shit around it. I don't know.
They have already demonstrated that their capabilities exceed my own at this current state.
Well, to be fair, if you're already on a run and then somebody has to, like, try and catch up in the process, you're already going to get some distance ahead. So it's going to be hard to catch up in the first place.
If it is a peer-to-peer connection, I will not be able to observe this on the net.
Yeah, that's not like that level shit. Is there like another level shit going on?
The hardware layer. And even on the hardware layer, it would be difficult to determine.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Krell, while we're out, wait, are you coming with us, or are you staying here? What are we doing?
Do you want the play-by-play on how to install a modification into one of my drones and do it on my behalf?
Is it hard?
Aaron checked out in less than 3 seconds.
I mean, I can just turn on my codex. You can see where it is. You can just give me directions from there.
No, that's not. No. I'm going with you.
Okay, whatever. Whatever you need to do.
To be fair, you were explaining it to me. There are various reasons why I checked out.
Yeah. I mean, just give me a quick
Don't get me wrong, this is not a comment on Patty's intelligence. She is very capable in that way. This is a comment on how well she's going to take instructions for a device she has no idea what does, acts, or interacts like, and then recreate them later. It's just easier if I go. It's just easier.
Okay. For this time you go, show me how to do it. I'll do it next time, and then we'll be good to go.
This only needs to be installed once.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. We walking? We get in the car? What are we doing here?
We're not walking.
All right. All right, Troy.
That's fucking kilometers.
All right, well. But anyways, Patty just quickly washes up, just taking the hose and just quickly rinsing herself down.
I believe the transit system would be more efficient than walking.
Actually, yes. We'll do that. I don't believe our car has headlights currently.
It is missing
doesn't say
a
anything.
headlight.
That's
No,
still enough to get
Troy.
pulled over.
You are fine this time. This time.
I hear.
Patty's outside. She can't hear this.
I will say, please report any damages in the future. But all the same, you are not the cause of these ones. Alright. Krell just simply grabs one of her cases, puts the tech in there, closes it up, and goes.
Patty swings her backpack around, opens it up a little bit to put Snips inside, and then she says, "Are we ready to go?"
Snips isn't here, Snips is there.
Yeah, but we'll be picking him up.
Okay. Actually, you know what? That reminds me. Krell's gonna actually go back in and quickly grab some cleaning supplies, and just also put that in the case real quick.
All right. Well, Troy, we'll be heading out. Keep an eye out. If you find anything else, new path to pursue, just give us a heads up after you do it. Good luck.
Maybe take another swing at their systems. See what you can find. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's helpful just to watch.
Okay, so we're headed back towards Central Terminal, taking public transit. I take it. Okay. Well, then, as you guys head out, there's the standard amount of hipsters in the alcove now. There's a distinct new smell that sort of has taken up residence. It's give me rolls, all three of you.
Before I roll, what kind of roll would I be making?
No.
Okay. I was going to ask if I'm going to go with an empathy roll and get an idea of them.
No.
Well, I got a +3, so.
Got a +1.
Curl, did you roll?
You're muted, Krill.
Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what the -1. Not sure what the modifier is though.
You all smell a scent. Krill, it's definitely different. It's not something that you've encountered before. Karen, it's just sort of, I don't know, woody, earthy. Patty, there's a musk, an earthiness, a spiciness, a sort of woody, sweet aroma that is stacked on top of gym or body odor aroma. If you'd like to give me one other roll, Patty, you can.
Okay. Patty, can I go for an investigation here?
You can.
She's noticing the detail, and then she's like, I can follow that scent and track it. She's like, she's a little bit of a bloodhound in this moment. It's a -1, so that's a 0.
It's not so much a matter of tracking as the scent is frankly overwhelming. It seems to be coming from the entirety of the alcove at this point. So yeah.
Okay. Patty just kind of is like, as they're passing by, like walks up to Jigu, just leans on the stand for a second. Hey, what the fuck is that new smell? It's like a fucking perfume or something.
Oh, all the hipsters, they don't bathe. They douse themselves in something called patchouli.
What the fuck is that?
Whatever the fuck you're smelling. I don't know.
All right.
It's like oil or something, I guess.
Okay. All right, thanks. She seems like one of the hipsters, and she could probably like get a big whiff of it in this moment. She's like, "Yo, what's the smell?" Right? I don't think I've ever smelled that before.
What do you mean, what's the smell?
Well, it's like that fucking woody like smell. It's like, you got the fucking stink around.
All I smell is all those artificial fragrances on you, man. That's bad for you.
I mean,
it's bad for the
isn't
environment.
good for me.
It's bad for you. It's bad for your aura and your vibe.
Yeah, I mean, like, I go on a run and I didn't get a chance to like wash off the stink yet, right? Like, I'm just curious, what is it?
Oh, you want some?
What is it?
Hey, here, and they take out a spritzer, and they just spray you.
Can you give me a heads up before?
Oh yeah, man, yeah, sure.
What is that?
Yeah, it's called patchouli.
You just making that in your fucking house and bringing it along and spraying people or some shit?
Yeah, we all have it, man. It's it's an alternative to not putting up with all the harsh fragrances and chemicals that are made by the man.
Yeah, I mean, you got the fucking sewer water over there that looks like it's about ready to burn. So
It's on fire again.
see, my fucking point, right? That shit's just burning and all the toxic shit they put in there. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, Marky.
Marky. All right.
Marky.
You new around here, or you come here a bit?
Nah, man, I'm an old soul.
You like wandering the city and shit?
Aren't we all just wanderers?
Yeah, well, if you wander around here a little bit more, you should check out some of the bowls he makes. It's real, authentic, none of that weird shit in there.
Oh no, man! Of course, like we're everybody who knows anything knows about Shigu's.
Yeah, he's good. He makes some good shit. But anyways, I gotta head out, so you take care, all right?
All right, man. You too.
All right.
He sprays you as you walk away.
I mean, it smells nice, but I don't like being sprayed without asking. It's fine. But as they're walking off, you can see Patty coming around, and she's got like that stare, like the look, and she's like, "Fucking hamsters."
Give me sort of like constitution checks of sorts. Like it's not that for our system, but like I'm gonna need like a physique check off of you two.
0.
Patty,
-1.
Patty is very strong smelling now.
Yeah, I didn't ask to be sprayed. I was just asking what he had, and then he just fucking doused me with the shit.
Oh, it smells like you just had like a fucking coitus pile with those goddamn weirdos outside of Jiku's. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Literally, there's just that fucking kid, Marky or some shit. He's just like, "Hi, I'm just gonna fucking spray you with the random shit."
Don't care who. Why? Punch them. Don't let them just do that to you. What the fuck?
Well, last time I did that, it just caused more problems. So I'm trying to.
No,
not
you became an internet sensation. Like, stop bitching about that. That was cool. Krill just pulls up a GIF.
You know, if you want me to punch someone, and she just fucking slugs her slightly.
Give me rolls.
All right,
Waiting for it.
that's a +1. Or no, that's a -1.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
a +1 on me.
So that's a for if it's a fight roll, that's going to be just a 0.
Oh, okay. So Krill, it doesn't. This is the first time you've actually like sort of received a punch in this new body. The way that you process it is so much different than before, right? Like you've had a few cuts, right? And now you've had this sort of like bruising force. It feels like it's coming from inside you. Everything with your old body was externalized. It was data to be processed by your brain. The way that the Netrunner's body, the full body augmentation unit works, is very similar by design to a human body. It is connected to those nerve runs of the brain. And so it feels like it just like you feel that punch. It's not just data on a HUD for you anymore.
Thanks for reminding me I have actual artificial nerves. Not like my old ones, which were genuinely replaced with wire. you punched that old body, it hurt, but not like I couldn't feel where the ache was coming from.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like I sometimes I forget that you weren't all sometimes that weird fucking crab creature, and now you got a new has body, so it's weird shit.
not everything about this one is bad. That, there's a reason pain exists. To ensure survivability, to scare a creature from repeating actions.
As you focus on the body parts and the sensation, a little pop-up comes up in your HUD and just does a quick damage assessment. And it's minor impact, nothing concerning sort of situation. But when you think about it is when you get the actual systems of the body to trigger. As you guys approach the central terminal, you see people gathered outside, just as Patty did before. There is a group standing around. Karen, as usual, you see nothing. But Krill, on the other hand, you see the floating 3D augmented reality puzzle piece that people are standing around.
That's just the spot I checked out the next puzzle piece. If we want, you could just quickly pop in, get it, and then we can be on our way. I mean, it's 100 free creds.
Do I?
And you said it
I'm
was
not.
right after this that your codex started acting funny?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it did. Basically, I went to the puzzle piece, and then I was having the music play, and I got to the end of the playlist, and then it just started playing this fucking song. I don't know, it just threw me out of my fucking rhythm and kind of was like, someone's after me.
My curiosity is, how one would say, outweighed by my absolute self-preservation right now.
What did I do last time? I just walked up and I poked in the area with my hand.
You had to open up the hollow projection on your codex to be able to see into the AR space.
Yeah, because I got my eyes and shit. It just doesn't fucking matter.
Karen pulls out her codex and walks up and does that.
Karen's.
Walk right.
Pen catcher mention. Plus 100 creds. More next time.
And per usual, Karen, feel free to credit yourself 100 credits. It'll walking around money for you.
I don't mind it.
Go on, girl, check it out. She just elbows her forward.
Actually, Krill just has a moment of remembering the last time Patty said, "Go on, Krill. Just do it." She ended up on a surgery table. Yeah, how about no, Patty?
What?
How about we're not playing this game of you convincing me to do it when I told you no once? So I'm telling you it again. No.
Okay, this is not the same thing, okay? This is like a fucking puzzle piece versus me potentially killing you, okay? There's a difference. Now, if you don't want to do it, whatever, right? But, I don't know. It doesn't feel like your life is on the fucking line.
It'd be
I'm
100
fucking dead.
creds to get you toys.
Patty, the worst you have to fear is your eyes turning off. The worst I have to fear is dying from a digital virus.
I mean, to be fair, I could die at any moment. Somebody could just walk up, shoot me right now. I'm
I
gone.
mean, I, your body has a pretty good immune system, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Digital.
you could probably hit like a whole fucking whiff for like a
And
good
just
fucking
like
hour.
the right chemist can make the perfect disease to make you drop, the right hacker can pre-build the right virus to ruin my day.
Okay, how many people have walked away at this point with like the fucking piece and nothing's happened to their tech? Like, I think you're overthinking this.
Yet. A level of skepticism. Anything. Paranoia isn't innately a negative thing when literally there are superpowers out there dropping millions of credits at this point just to civilians for no fucking reason as long as they push this button. Don't you wonder what happens when you push that button?
I'm pretty sure they could already do that without you pushing the button. Pushing the button is actually probably really, really annoying on their end. They're like, hey, I want to kill everybody. They're dead. I mean, whatever. Like, we can circle back around to it. It's still gonna be there after we come back. So, like, whatever. Like, let's just go.
Maybe.
Yes. Please.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, they just get onto the fucking transit, and Patty just sends a message to Troy. I'm like, yeah, I sent the pin earlier, but it's just there. I don't know if it's still on software shit that you did earlier, but it's there.
Troy receives it.
Just start making our way.
I don't
As
want to cause irreparable damage in this world. I'd rather just make more guns than put myself at risk.
but do you want to take over, Kai, or?
Feel free.
Okay, I was going to. Yeah, transit's taken over. Patty's not paranoid about that puzzle piece, but she's still got her head on a swivel. She's like, someone's stalking me. I at least want to like keep an eye out, right? She's not good at noticing details, but when she eventually does pick them up, she can kind of assess. But problem comes is it's a fucking random transit. As Patty's just kind of like leaning off, trying to like she's able to get that good 45-degree angle heading down the fucking transit, but coming on that other side, it's in her blind spot. And so Patty's like leaning over to Karen in this moment as they're cutting through down south towards the neighborhood and home for him. So, you see anything like on that right side there? I can't like really get a good view on that side.
Looks good.
I'll use my special eyes. Grill's
Uh,
going to fully make a investigation check. That's a +1 for a total of 4.
God damn.
So that's a great view.
People,
I'll mute that one.
places, things. Nothing stands out.
Nothing of importance.
Give me, you know what? You don't have to give me anything. Karen. Give me a roll.
-1.
You know Patty well enough by this point. You think she's just paranoid.
About some things and not a lot of things, but just some things.
Yeah.
The things that matter.
Krill, you see nothing of importance. Nobody stands out. There's nothing really to report back to Patty. And
Hey Patty, what am I supposed to be looking for? Because I see nothing.
I don't know, some fucking weirdo who's like looking dead at me or like trying to like look off to the side or some shit. I'm like, I'm just look. I'm not good with that tech shit, so I'm just working with what I've got, right? And I'm good at keeping this fuck my head on a swivel.
But you
Did
think
you
it's going to be
check their
someone out on the
shoes?
street?
It might be. I don't know.
Did you check their shoes?
No, I haven't. Fuck. Patty's just like the problem comes is she ain't good at picking out faces. She ain't good at picking out specific shoes. Like she can see a set of work boots if she notices them, but she ain't good at picking out special things. So she's like
Hey,
she's just
Patty,
like hmm.
we want to rule some simple things out. Let's go to that. Let's go one train car ahead, and I'll watch to see if anybody follows us. Then you'll know if they're foot following us.
Okay. Patty just stands up, stretches out a little bit, and just walks over to the next car.
You're clearly new at being paranoid.
Well, I've never had somebody like fucking message quietly to me before. Usually they come straight up my face and shooting at me. And as they cut through the other car, just going through, Patty's just eventually coming up towards an empty spot and then just kind of sitting down and just looking towards the back. Just gonna make a roll, see if she notices anything. That's a +3. So
Shortly after Patty changes cars, a person gets up and heads towards the car that Patty headed towards. It's a man, mid-30s.
Patty turns on the recording device on her codex and just watches him walk past.
He walks right up to your seat, and in that moment, you sort of hold your breath, and he just continues on past you and heads towards the bathrooms.
He gives him a good 30 seconds as he heads into the bathroom. And then eventually Patty will stand back up and then just walk back over. False alarm, nothing.
What about that dude that followed you behind?
He went to the bathroom. I
Perfect
recorded
cover.
him. Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Oh, you got his face. Cool. Okay.
How
Well,
would you
if
walk
Mr.
in
Shitter is our person of interest, we can correlate that data.
give me a second. I'm just writing this down. Alright,
Yeah.
but
Patty, before we get there, I do like your idea of us getting in a tussle. Less so us being a couple. I have pockets on this coat I'm wearing. You can steal my purse.
you're gonna be turning me into a purse snatcher?
Yes. You get to hit me in the gut, and you get to be a purse snatcher.
Okay. You think that will work?
I think it'll be more convincing than you being my partner.
I don't know. That one bartender bought it.
Yeah.
You two have an energy.
What the fuck is that?
Now,
supposed to
pardon
mean?
me for not being the most human psychological expert here. The only thing I feel between you two is tension. Constantly. Constantly.
Are you okay?
Sometimes I have been learning that might mean sexual tension. What that doesn't mean usually is an effective relationship, or one that has already failed years ago.
So did you decide to go like reading pop psychology now?
I may have
No,
found a documentary that I thought was going to be on apes. It turns out it was someone deconstructing how human psychology is not all that different from apes still.
Yeah.
And it was actually quite fascinating. But yeah, no, I'm not sure if you two want to kiss or beat the shit out of each other every time you're in the same room. And
Actually,
it usually leans more the latter.
Actually, you've made me realize in this moment as Patty just looks over to Karen, beats her chest. Ooh, ooh, me, fuck you. There you go, Karen. You know, if I'm a ape, I'm a real must.
It's weird how much that works.
It's sad to say
What?
it's worked on more people than I'd like to say.
That does something.
Maybe.
Girls just
I don't know.
mimicking it, just like what the fuck? Okay.
Anyways, not the point. Our stop's here. As the transit pulls up to the station, Patty gets out.
Wait, does that mean I'm a sea monkey? Has
Yeah,
everyone called me
kinda.
fish? Oh, okay. I'll take it.
I don't know. Do you want to be like a fucking squid coming up from the bottom? Like, I don't fucking know.
Man, that sounds so cool. Are you kidding me? I want tentacles. I don't like. The hands are useful, but I also want tentacles. I would be lying my ass off if I didn't want fucking tentacles.
No
You know
one
how
put her
easy
onto
it'd be to
hentai.
just grab tools without thinking?
No idea. I'm good with 2.
I need more.
Yeah. Anyways, as Patty's passing Karen, she's like, "Don't put her onto hentai." Jesus Christ.
So as you guys disembark the train, the right above the door, there's a sort of an ad space that sort of drops a holographic projection in sort of top half of the doorway. So you have to walk through it. And there's a floating sort of like 3/4 rotating to full on, rotating back to 3/4 bust of of one of the mayoral candidates. That's Dr. Elena Mirov. It's the re-election candidate. So yes, this is your incumbent LAC mayor. MIROV, in case those typing I can see. Yes.
I got it.
So it is literally the sort of re-election campaign ad for Elena Mirov. Re-elect Mayor Mirov for LAC mayor. And you have to sort of just pass through this holographic ad as you walk into this lady's tits, just straight on into the hologram as each of you disembark.
Patty is like remembering seeing that debate, like not seeing the debate, but seeing the news pop up. Who is she running against? As she just ducks at Google's.
Give me a second to pull open my notes on that.
Because I was listening as wordy, but I missed the name and I can't remember.
She is running against. She's running against Vivian Marceau and Marcus Tran.
Okay. What do they look like?
Vivian Marceau is polished, ruthless tech, corporate tech raider. Tends to have a keen eye for fashion. Very made up, short bob on the hair, olive complexion, that sort of thing. Marcus Tran is a self-made entrepreneur, definitely focused on the future of NSF, constantly trying to push them forward in regards to that. he very often is seen in the dressed down business attire. You'll catch him oftentimes in sneakers, jeans, and a t-shirt with a blazer. So, yes, he's your typical mid-30s tech entrepreneur.
Okay. Then while Patty's still here, what are the big criticisms the current mayor has gotten? Just curious. Like, Patty doesn't fucking pay attention.
Patty
so
has
like,
walked into a wall at this point.
yeah, oh fuck.
Yeah. Like, you guys are disembarking, and Patty is full on, like, just scrolling articles at this point. Yeah. Give me a roll.
Okay. That's up -3.
Patty, take two physical stress. Patty has fucked her face up again on a wall that she has just walked into. Patty's got like a bit of a lump and a red spot on her forehead now, from walking into a wall.
I got a little distracted there. That's fuck. I got curious, so I got focused on looking at the random candidates. That's on me. You don't have to make fun of me. I know what I did. It's fine. Alright, cool. There we go. And then Wikipedia.
There you go. You go.
Here. Alright, well, Patty's just gonna just put off to the side the duck at Google, because she's like, I'm gonna look that up later. She'll never look it up again. Her ADHD is just focused and then lost concentration.
Oh, my. Okay. Oh, and the lack of eyebrows was great enough. Okay.
I mean, if I'm gonna be robbing you, it makes me look better to look like a fucking street urchin or some shit, I guess.
Yes.
That was totally my plan. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm actually. Patty is like, they're passing by. She's gonna stop at like a random store, see like just a random ball cap, and she's just like gonna purchase it, send some creds over, and just kind of slip it on her head in this moment. So she's gonna cover it until she needs to show it.
Typical sort of like touristy, I Heart NSF ball cap. Yep. That yeah.
Yeah. Actually, because of that, she hates that fucking shit. She's gonna turn it around so she's got kind of that butch look going for a second.
It's got it right there as well. Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
Just smaller print.
Nice things. Yeah, I'll take the small print over the big print. But alright. You ready to do what you need to do, Krill?
Yeah, should be easy enough. All right. First thing first. Sugar, you've gotten us the best information we can from that door. Go ahead to Trix. So Sugar goes and flies up to where Trix's location is to replace her footage. The moment Sugar is there, Trix then comes to Krill. Landing in Krill's hands, she clicks in the system, locks it up, puts the tabs in, fires in the power, boots up Trix V2. Her engines have to go into a little bit more overdrive, but that's what the spare battery pack is for her. All right, Trix, I want you to go place these cameras in these 4 locations. 4 locations being 3 around the building, and then 1 on the ledge window of his apartment.
Let me see.
As well, she's going to fly nearby the apartment to A, stay within range of the smaller ones, and get us a more radial view.
Okay.
Where is?
Run me locations down again. What do you have covered?
Okay, front door. We've got one of these iBots placed on top of a parking lot lamp again, preferably one at the way back, so that I can see most of the parking lot and the front door. We got one watching the the staff door and the import.
Okay, so the back.
Yeah, the back.
Okay.
We got one more watching the customer. Shipping center. And then one is going to be on the ledge, watching what is presumably the entrance to his bedroom. That we can't see into the rest of it, but we can at least watch the entrance there. And we'll have Trix watch the rest of the building through other windows, because she can move about there.
Something wrong, Karen?
Yeah, Karen, you look like you got questions.
So it's just Trix who's staying behind?
Just Trix. Sugar was just there to replace Trix in case he did anything while Trix was setting up these drones.
Would it
Just a simple question for you, Kai. Was there anything that happened while Trix was setting up? Did our target move in his apartment or anything of the like?
No.
Sweet. Every drone but Trix now starts returning to her except for Snips because she needs to go physically pick him up.
You need my backpack?
Yes,
All right, here you go.
I'd appreciate that. you.
If you pick up Snips, you could probably head on back if you want. Me and Aaron will be back here for a minute.
I will be just heading back to the car.
So
we will need to know
Took the train.
is...
Yeah.
Yes, you took the train.
Right
we
train.
will need to know as soon as Flash is heading out. So we will need to be in very quick contact about that happening.
Understood. I'll keep a notifier on it. Trix, if Flash seems to be leaving towards the door, if he goes into the elevator, you require an emergency ping immediately. And I want that ping to also be forwarded to Karen's codex. Thank you.
His apartment, does it have a lobby area?
Hmm?
Well, good luck with that, Krill. Just keep us informed if anything else new happens at Home Emporium. Just give us a heads up.
Will do.
All right.
Girl goes walks to pick up Snips with a wet wipe ready. Or pizza covered drone. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey. No, I see. She put it like, oh my god, was it like 3 slices on your face? Oh, your poor camera.
There's a brief flashback. Is only one slice, and now there's 2 extra slices.
Pizza rats, man, they're hoarding. On my drone. Alright. You're mostly clean. I'll give you a much more detail when we get back. Plop him in the backpack. Other drones fly to her sides. And she just looks like she's going for a stroll back to the train station.
Okay.
She's going to do a check of her 6 before she does to make sure no one is watching her or there isn't that van patrolling at this very poor moment.
Okay. Give me a roll.
So -2, so a +1 total.
As near as you can tell, there is no one following you. And there's no Flex Prize security vehicle parked within your eye line.
Don't like that answer, but I didn't like my roll either. All right. She does start heading back for the train station.
Okay. What are Patty and Karen going to do with the time on their hands?
Patty's probably brought them to a decent corner where they can get like a good view, but from a distance of the hotel or the apartments, but not too close. So Patty's like leaning over to Karen. So what's the plan?
Well, we can't be very close to each other until the moment of, so very quickly we need to split.
Gotcha. All right, I'll go off like a couple yards. Keep me on call, and then we'll be able to go from there.
Let's see, what does this street look like? Is there buildings right next to the apartment? Are they attached? Is there an alley?
There's an alley. Yeah, but there's buildings up and down the street to one degree of decay or another. Everything between sort of like 2-story and 10-story sort of situation going on here. Very much a decaying neighborhood. You can see the sort of the beginnings of the gentrification process happening. You can see that, certain buildings have developer signs on them, and they've been purchased. They just haven't been developed yet, sort of thing. And so, yeah, plenty of darkness, plenty of alleyways to use, plenty of back streets to utilize if necessary.
Okay. Well, Patty, you can hole up in one of the alleys. Is one of the buildings next door to the apartment, I'm guessing is also apartments, would it also have a lobby?
There is. It doesn't so much as have a lobby, really, as just a entry area to the elevators and the stairwell.
Okay.
Yeah, that style
Karen-
that style of apartment building, they're more concerned about utilization of space than impressions.
I'm gonna go hang out in one of these nearby apartments. I may need to move every now and then so I don't draw too much notice. But when I get the call, I'll immediately notify you and we'll have our thing. I will try and get the timing down, but I'll contact you, let you know.
Give me a heads up. Patty starts to slowly circle around, so she's heading down the street a fair distance before she just cuts across. So she's not going straight, but she's going far enough that if people were paying attention, they eventually leave their side and then circling around to an alley and then coming up from the back, so she can kind of get a view of the street, but out of the way, so it's not a perfect view.
Okay. While you two stake the location out, what is Troy up to?
Troy's gone back to his little duplication program project. He's been looking over his code for a little while now, at least since the girls left. He's made little edits here and there, but he just can't help but feel like that he's missing something. He has to be missing something. He's done everything he can, done everything he can think of. Yes, I did. And as he thinks, it sort of begins to hit him. The code he has written, the code he has based this upon, and the libraries that he's used was designed to run on the net, not the server he's on. The server he's on can run a virtual world fairly decently, but it's utilizing a lot of outdated hardware and outdated software. He needs to see how this works on the net. So that's what he does. He logs into the net.
When you log into the net, arriving at one of the main node terminals, one of the embarking terminals. The first thing that you see is one of the puzzle pieces.
That definitely wasn't the reason why I wanted to go on the net. Totally not at all. Like, just as soon as he sees that, he's overwhelmed with the compulsion. He knows exactly what that is. He knows his friends at Club 2600 is absolutely going crazy over it. And he knows he has a mission. He knows he has something he needs to do, but he can't help himself but just go right up and touch it. It's new and interesting data.
Earn cash achievement. Plus 100 credits.
As soon as Troy gets it, his mind is all abuzz.
More next time.
And possibility. He's reading everything he can. He notices immediately that this time there's 2 puzzle pieces lit up now. He remembers speculation from Club 2600 that was likely a possibility. And the extra 100 credits now given to his system, not exactly a bad thing either, though money doesn't mean to him what it does to normal people, but it's still useful. As he just ponders over the date, ponders over all the possibilities of how he can go about solving this, what he can look into, he has to kind of steel himself and remember he has something a bit more pressing at the moment. He needs to get his program working to see so that he can have a better fighting chance on the net the next time he has to take a crack at this. So he saves what he can he saves the video into his own memory banks and proceeds to find a semi-secluded area on the net. Not one too far away, but not one where if something happens, he'll draw a huge crowd either. He just finds another little shopping area, one that's not quite as popular, not too far away from the main hubs, but not quite as popular, not full of the main shops everyone's interested in. The traffic in here is pretty minimal, and he reloads his program. And he attempts to execute it on the net.
Give me a roll.
All right. Come on, baby. That's a -2. Why? To invoke a fate point or not to invoke a fate point? Well, I guess I can invoke his trouble. Troy's not really a human. And at the same time, he doesn't get he can be distracted, but he doesn't get the same level of distraction as a human does. And he can be observant. He has familiarity. He has a natural intrinsic familiarity with how data flows through the network and on the net, how it operates on hardware. And with that, he can utilize his knowledge to maybe more efficiently execute his code. And I'm going to do a reroll with my fate point.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's better. It's a 0.
You see the code compile successfully and begin to execute. And as soon as it begins to execute, you are left standing there naked because you just have crashed your avatar.
Troy looks down at himself and is just saying to himself, I did not know that was possible. And restarts his avatar to regain his original appearance. And begins to think and ponder. There's got to be something. what am I missing? And so as he's making his way back to his home server, he brings up Duck It's Google again and begins searching up more terms that he might be able to, that just could lead some more hints. He goes back to the Indian YouTuber, or whatever this world's equivalent to YouTube is, to see there's got to be something he's talking about here that could potentially lead to another conclusion, another avenue that Troy can try. And nothing he sees is specific to his situation exactly, but he sees a few tweaks. He notices that the Indian guy uses uses a very similar variation of the software that his server runs. It's much newer. It's several generations new, and it's running on much better hardware. But he notices that because of that, that means there's usually something he can gather from that. He recognizes a library being used by the guy's code. It's one of the same libraries that he's using. In fact, it's the exact same one, but it's dated for his level of software. He needs to go back to, as he walks into his back into his his server, he goes to the location of the library and goes to the list of previous versions of the library and matches up the date that matches up the date that his server was operated on, the date that his last server was last updated from, with the date of one of these library versions, and instead installs that library. And after doing that, a lot of his dedicated code had become, outdated, and he needs to take a moment, and he goes through a moment to reiterate his code to make sure that now it is compatible and not calling functions and objects and subroutines that don't exist anymore. And after, several seconds technically in the real world, he believes he has at least another thing worth attempting to run and compile again on the server.
Okay, give me a run.
All right. That's a +3.
You, for the first time, see your avatar. It launches. You don't crash anything. You're like, okay, I've managed to tap into my avatar.
All right. So Troy, for the moment now, just sees an exact duplicate of his avatar standing on the server, just kind of standing there in an A pose, not doing anything. It's playing some basic idle animation, and that's it. Again, this time he sets up the first test. A simple cup on a pedestal, and runs a command to the Troy duplicate to go and pick up the cup.
Give me a roll.
Do I need to roll? All right.
Yep.
That's another +3.
It does it. It walks over.
Right.
It picks up the cup.
Alrighty.
You have figured out basic animation, locomotion, object interaction with at least just a basic avatar.
That's one. All right. Now that Troy has an idea of what he's doing, has an idea of how this works, has finally gotten something that is, at the very least, executing and running commands. Troy wants to see, can he make another one now? Can there be 2 Troy duplicates? Roll.
Yo, yeah.
Oh. That's a -1. Can't win them all.
Troy goes in and just basically tries to copy paste the code and execute it twice, right? And it does not work. When you attempt to do this, the first avatar fails at that point and it fails to render.
All right. Troy, well, realizing that was a mistake, Troy's thinking back. He's watched a few videos from that Indian guy now, and there's a new phrase. There's a phrase this Indian guy has said to him, said numerous times as he's executing his code. Don't repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself. Copying pasting that was essentially a variation of repeating himself. There's got to be a way. And Troy remembers seeing him set up a loop, a simple while loop, in order to execute these things. He encapsulates his runtime code for the duplicate into a while loop and sets an index sets the index to wait for an input. Simply an input waiting, a simple integer waiting for the amount of numbers that this code will execute to duplicate. And after encapsulating it into a loop, he compiles and sets out to run the code again.
Give it a shot.
All right. 0. Could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be better. The while loop executes, but for some reason the original avatar doesn't even render.
All right. Well, Troy's got some more thinking and some more researching to do, and I will send the scene back to Karen and Patty. If that's all right with you guys.
Fine with me. All right. So, in this moment, Patty's sitting off in the alleyway. She's she on the front part of her cap. She's put a little bit of dirt on it just to cover a little bit of the "I love NSF" to give it a little rougher look. And then she also has a ketchup packet that she's got hidden in her pocket at this moment, just waiting for Karen's call in this moment.
Aaron's sitting on the only chair in this quote-unquote lobby. It is wobbly, but she's kind of wedged herself back into the side so that it's mostly staying still.
First off, ROLLS. Sorry, I couldn't let this happen between two people in chat now. It's roles, ROLLS, not roles, acting roles. God damn it. All right.
I
have dyslexia.
Okay. I mistyped, okay? That's my problem.
Joke.
I'm focused, okay? Fuck you.
Words are hard.
Oh, actually, no, I was correct. The most mechanic-heavy role, referring to him being a net diver and hacker. Fuck you.
And gets
Gets
literally
the worst
roles. ROLES.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one, but the first one was correct. I'll give you that one.
Reading the whole sentence.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
What are words anyway?
Tumblr level reading comprehension.
Excuse
Oh.
you, I have not Tumblr level reading comprehension. That's worse. Much worse.
Let me see here. Where in location, in relation, are you, Karen, to the, are you diagonal left, diagonal right, straight across? Where, in this time that has passed, where have you positioned yourself?
Diagonal right.
All right. Then, yeah, why not? Just I have another thing, but yeah. So Trix gets an alert that that Derek is headed towards the elevator. Or that's what Trix sees, I should say. Sorry.
Krill gets a ping, so does Karen. Krill immediately puts that footage to Karen's codex so that she can see it happening.
Hey. Karen sends a message to Patty. Go time.
Alright, Patty quickly opens up the ketchup packet, just gets a little bit, and drags it across one of her cheeks. So it's got that yellowish stain on it, with a bit of the red mixed in. And then she pulls down her jacket, puts the pistol in one, so it looks suspicious, but not automatic open visible in this moment. And she kind of just gives it a moment and then starts heading around the corner. Just slowly walking, waiting for Karen to appear.
Karen's trying to time it right, delaying herself enough so that he can get downstairs and be starting to head out as Karen's going in front of the building.
Derek, as he walks out, is on his codex. I don't know if you're in earshot range or not.
I would be walking across the street. Be getting close.
Okay. Then you're hearing one side of a conversation about, hey, listen, the numbers don't lie. We're talking a potential gold mine here. The area, it's ripe for redevelopment. Trust me, in a year, we won't even recognize this shithole. We'll have all these quaint little shops replaced with high-end boutiques and gourmet coffee places.
Does Karen see Patty yet?
Yeah, Patty is very visibly. She's got her head down. She's got the cap pulled to the front. You can see a little bit of the dirt, and she's just kind of keeping her head down and very visibly walking and seeing you kind of working to that intersection point. And as they start to come across, Patty sees Karen and then says, "Give me your fucking purse," as she's very visibly holding up the gun in her jacket.
Oh, what?
"Give me your fucking purse."
I mean, what? No! That's...
"Give me the purse or I'm gonna fucking shoot you." And Patty grabs her shoulder and then knees her in the gut. Yeah. Patty takes the purse and then starts fucking running off in the opposite direction. And can I roll good cop, bad cop?
Sure.
All right. So basically, as that's happening, being the aggressor, looking like she's very much offsetting, making Karen look the helpless victim who needs rescuing in that moment. So I'm going to roll a provoke roll.
Okay.
And so I don't know why I grabbed my dice there. That's only for the 8 points. Okay. That's a -1. So that's going to be a provoke. That's coming out to a total of +2. So 1 fate point gone. I have 3 left. And Patty yells out that as she takes the purse and says, "Good, don't fuck with me," and then starts running. And she's heading off in the direction randomly as he's coming out.
Help!
Derek on his codex says, "Oh yeah, no, the locals, they'll adapt. They always do. I mean, they can call it gentrification. I call it improvement, revitalization. I mean, this place is a shithole anyway." And he literally steps over you.
Karen grabs his foot.
Give me a roll. And I will have it known that I gave it a fair chance with the coin. As soon as you proposed this plan, it was decided whether he would ignore you or pay attention to you.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah.
+2, by the way.
Okay. Karen, let's see. Physique, you've got nothing in it. All right. It is. I mean, it's equal right now, and hold on. Like literally, one of them is on my leg right now. I don't know. What do you want? And he's like yanking his leg. I don't have any change.
Help?
I don't have any change.
My purse just got stolen.
I don't have a purse to replace your purse. I don't know what you want from me.
Could I use your codex?
No. Get your own.
I just had it stolen.
Go buy a new one.
With what?
Your other money? I don't
What?
I don't
Other
know.
what?
I don't know what she's on about. I think she's one of the poor people. I don't understand them.
Could I borrow your phone to call someone real quick?
Oh God. Hold on. She's not letting go of my leg. I'll call you right back. Yeah, no, but we're gonna move fast on this. So let me know what you're thinking. I mean, time is money, so I have to know by tomorrow. So let me know. And he disconnects and takes his codex out of his pocket and hands it to you.
Thank you. Karen pulls herself up.
He yanks as soon as that arm has that codex, he's he gets that foot back pretty fast.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so difficult in this city, isn't it? Do you live here?
Well, I mean, up there.
Yeah, okay. Lovely neighborhood that you have yourself here.
Well, come back in a year or so and I'll have the place fixed up.
We'll see about that. Thank you. Karen pulls up and dials a number.
Okay.
Just a number.
Okay, you just randomly just started pushing buttons. Got it. You just started randomly pushing buttons. Seriously? Oh, gee, I just noticed. Somebody needs a humidifier.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Oh dear, thank you. I just had my purse stolen.
Who is this?
Yes, do you think you could meet me at home? I can't. I have nothing.
I
I'm
don't-
borrowing a phone.
I don't know who this is. Who are you? Do I know you?
20 minutes?
What are you?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay, dear, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
I don't. I can't.
She hangs up.
Hmm.
And as she's holding the phone, she's like, one more phone call real quick, please.
He sort of like glances at his wrist. He has no watch on. He just glances at his wrist. I mean, if it'll keep you from like hugging my leg again, I suppose, but
It would.
he glancing left and right. He's like, how about if we just stand inside?
Sure. Head inside.
It's a it's an open, airy, sort of like natural colored light, ceiling to floor, windows, space that's like intentionally sparse, right? It's just a couple of contemporary pieces of furniture, no clutter, very high end looking. It's got some what appears to be polished marble floors, sort of like anchor the room's design. But some abstract art on the walls that is probably purchased from some sort of mass purveyor of, like hotel lobby art sort of situation where it's completely inoffensive artwork that nobody possibly could be offended by this intentionally. So it's just generic abstract shapes and colors. And so, as you walk in, the doors close behind you.
Karen, as quickly as she can, is trying to find his phone number and memorize it as best as she can.
Give me a roll.
+1.
I'll count this as burglary, and I'll give it a +2. Consider his number had.
Right. Karen puts the phone up by her ear. They're not answering. I really do appreciate that, dear. Hands the phone back and kind of falls into him and puts an arm on his chest. I'm just so draining having to deal with such ruffians in the city. Thank you so much for everything you've done. And as she has her hand on his chest, she's feeling him up for anything that might be in his coat or anything along here.
Dexterous and warmed up fingers, I'd imagine, are playing into any potential role considerations that occur here.
Yes.
Give me a roll.
Yeah. -2. Okay. See, this is Karen's trouble of hers. She always thinks what she wants is not only what she wants, it's already hers. It's not so much that she's trying to take what's in his pocket, she's just trying to bring what is rightfully hers back to herself.
Of course.
So Karen would like to invoke her trouble.
Are we just spending points or are we rolling?
See, what is my burglary?
1.
Yeah.
You might just have to go with that reroll. It's a risk.
Yeah, I was leaning towards reroll too. Okay. Leave it to the fates. +2.
+3. Um, in his jacket pocket, you find his wallet. Sorry, let me correct that. In his jacket pocket, you find your wallet.
Ah, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. This makes sense. Oh, and this is, I can't believe this is the third time in the last year I have had my purse stolen.
I mean, I'd consider just not carrying a purse.
Oh my gosh, aren't you just funny? And Karen pats him real hard on the chest a couple of times and leans back and then slides her hand in for the wallet.
I was already considering it yours.
Oh, I've already have it in my hand.
Mhm.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah. Oh, it's already mine. Okay,
Yeah, you were already in there.
Thank you. Okay, misunderstanding on my part then. Oh, beautiful. Is there any way I can repay you? What is your name?
Oh, my name, Derek Thompson. Pleasure, I'm sure.
Derek Thompson. Oh, it's a pleasure. My name's Katya.
Lovely to meet you, Katya. No need to, repay me or anything. Though, you could always shop at my store right down the street.
Oh, your store. Which one is it?
The Home Emporium.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in there before. I'll have to stop in.
We have plenty of good deals, and we're hosting a block party this Friday for the community.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Are you doing anything interesting?
We're doing a raffle. My community relations manager handles stuff like that. I don't know. I'm sure we'll be giving something away or making food or something.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I signed
that's-
off on something.
That sounds interesting. You just might see me there.
Oh, well, yes. Come buy a new refrigerator, and get yourself a hot dog or whatever the hell we're serving these people.
Hot dog. I don't eat those.
Oh, yeah, neither do I.
Then I think we understand. Okay.
Well, I have things to do. Are you safe in here?
I think I'm feeling a bit better, especially since you invited me in here. This feels so cozy.
Oh, well, okay. Then Katya, lovely to run into you under bad circumstances. I'm gonna. I have things to do. Good luck.
Have a great one.
He walks back outside, turns the corner, continues walking towards his car, gets in it, and you see it go down the street.
Beautiful.
Which
Is there
direction?
Towards Home Emporium.
Cool, Trix is following.
Okay.
Suppose there's not like a restroom in this lobby.
No. If you need a bathroom, you have an apartment here.
Kind of thing. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Karen walks back outside, heads up the street and around the corner into an alley.
Huh?
Eventually, you'll run across Patty. Like in the moments before Karen gets here, Patty did look through the purse. She wanted to see if she has a physical ID, see if she can see just a name.
Okay.
Patty is curious.
Fair play. I want rolls from both of you.
Okay. That's a
-1.
-2.
Okay.
So, yep.
I'm just gonna flat roll. Okay, contest your rolls and flat roll it. You're a -2. She's a -1. Karen, feel free to tell Patty what she wins.
You win a stick deodorant, a chapstick, some lip gloss, my gun, my backup gun, a knife, and a note that says "fuck you." That's just always in my purse,
Okay.
but it's
Patty,
appropriate.
But Patty
Patty
doesn't know
sees
that. Yeah.
Patty's like, would you fucking predict me even then? Jesus. As she's biting into a hot dog in this moment, just closes the purse and finishes it off.
Come on.
While this is occurring, he travels the enormous, just the longest of travails, right? Just a lifetime's worth of journey down to the home emporium. Parks right
Commute no one would be jealous of.
exactly. Parks right out back of the building, by the sort of loading docks, where you've seen employees come and go. Pulls right up there at an angle, taking up like part of a loading dock sort of situation. Hops out and goes inside.
Patty will eventually group up with Karen again, kind of getting just visible enough, and then sees her, and then walks over. Hat's away, ketchup's gone. She looks clean again. And she says, "Here's your purse."
Are you still eating the hot dog?
Oh, the hot dog's gone.
Oh.
Just fucking. I mean, it's a hot dog. It just in and out real quick. All right, you get anything?
I got something. Did it work for you?
Pretty good. I don't think I threw too hard of a knee there. You all right?
Oh, I'm okay.
All right. What'd you get off him?
His wallet.
Oh shit! All right.
What? My wallet.
Well, it's yours now. Has he got like a passcode to his apartment in there or something?
Karen opens it up to look.
You have two nondescript near field communication cards. What they're to? Anybody's guess, but you got two of them. And you have his city issued arcology ID. And you have a credit card.
Patty's seeing that credit card as she pulls it out. You know, we could do something, draw him away from his apartment, and then sneak in there while he's away.
He's currently away.
Yeah, but how long is he going to be away? Patty actually, as she's handing back over the purse and everything, Patty sends a message to Krill. How long is he out there? Are you still awake, Karina?
He has just arrived at the building. I have Trix watching him as well as a secondary camera that has already seen him go into the building. I am not going to instruct Trix to fly inside. I feel that is too much of a risk, but we're watching.
All right, just give us a heads up if he starts coming back. And
Did we get any more information on people he's potentially employed? Or like, we get a number of bodies maybe in that building?
Patty looks at Karen.
Not in the building necessarily. All I know of
Wow.
is a public relations person.
That sounds like a third party.
All right, well, Krill, just keep us informed if you get anything, and then turns off the call, and then
If
lets
he
them-
leaves, it's gonna ping Karen again.
Patty looks over at Karen. What are we doing? Are we
I'm-
just
I need to go in the apartment now. It's now or
Okay.
never, really.
all right? I'm right behind you. I'll follow you.
I think I'm gonna do this one solo.
Okay. I'll be on that corner keeping an eye. If he starts walking in that moment, I'll send you a message.
We really should have a way to cover ourselves better.
Well, we'll figure it out in the future. For the moment, if he starts getting close, I'll get in his way and rough him up a bit. Good luck. And Patty just walks off, kind of circling around to a spot. This way she can be pretty close, just to quickly walk off as soon as she sees that car coming. And when she gets that car coming, she's ready to bump into him and cause him a bit of a distraction for at least a minute or so.
Okay. Karen, you make your way to the apartment. Okay.
Yes.
Then, as you get in the elevator, there is a button for penthouse, but it just flashes and does nothing when you push it.
Karen holds up one of the key cards as she presses it.
The button lights up. The elevator begins moving. Reaches the top floor. The doors open. A nice bit of a hallway. Middle of the day, there'd be good light in here. There's a couple of plants appointed, and there's offset, so it's not directly across from the elevator, but down the hallway, just slightly, is the door to the penthouse suite.
Karen heads right there.
And as you walk up, you tap there's a little reader right next door to it. It lights up green. You hear the clack of the lock, and we fade to black.